Hey, what's happening?
Not much, man. So tell us about what happened today at the Capitol.
Well, up there at the assembly building tonight, we went up there, and I mean it was a heck of a turnout. I did a little live feeding earlier, with it, and I mean there was a lot of people there tonight to speak, and they had quite a bit to say. It was real disappointing that I mean they let about 15 people, maybe a little bit more, go inside. I didn't even get a chance to go inside and hear it
So they
myself.
so they made you stand in the hallway.
So I had to stand in the hallway, and basically we stood in front of the TV and read the script as it was coming across the TV, and I was live feeding that for a little bit until I ran out of ran out of data there. For I've been doing so much on my phone, I got to clear a bunch of apps out, I guess. But
Yeah, I'm having that same problem. But you know what the thing is? Right here,
yeah.
we got more viewers here than your local TV stations got. So whatever you wanted to say today, they wouldn't let you say. You look right in that camera and have at it. I'm just gonna sit here and listen.
All right. Well, I had a big thing that I wanted to bring up tonight about, last I think it was second to the last day of our dog season here. Um, all right, we were hunting a big block of public land down in Charles City, and we come around to the other side of it, and basically we're trying to track and catch our dogs, catch all our dogs up. There's another guy, he's trying to catch his dogs up. They done come from one side of the 5,000 acres all the way across the creeks. I mean, they just are running the deer, running their hearts out. And we finally get around to the other side of it, and their dogs aren't there, but the collars are there. So the collars are laid there in the parking lot, and there's no dogs. And this is two of our dogs, and I believe it was four of the other guy's dogs or something like that. I mean, it was quite a bit. Well,
So your
um,
tracking collars were removed and they were laying in the parking lot.
we had tracking collars and beep beeps on the dogs, and they both were removed, and
Hmm.
they're laying there in the parking lot.
Maybe
It's
they
kind
should make a law against that.
of I think that there is something more in the books, but I think it needs to be more penalties to it. I think there's a little bit more steeper penalty to it. I mean, they're really touching their. They really don't need to have their hands on our property unless they plan on doing anything good with it, like calling us and let us know they got our dogs. But but look, they didn't take the name tags off of it. So this is where it boils down to. It was kind of like this was really done intentional, to kind of do harm to dog hunting to me. As they took them down to a popular neighborhood down in Williamsburg and dropped them off in the neighborhood down there. I believe it was King's Charter. It was a big money neighborhood down there. Well, we got it called from a little old lady down there that she had her dogs down there. I believe they're in the garage, and she had them in her garage down there. So my buddy went down there, and he headed on down there to pick them up. And he got down there, and lo and behold, the other guy's dogs are in the same neighborhood. So he ended up picking up them dogs and the other guy's dogs for him there while he was at it. Um, this was done really intentionally, just to do harm to us. This is the type of stuff that we have to put up with just to go and enjoy our hunts. It doesn't matter whether it's on public land, private land, whatever it is. They're always there's people out here is just these activists. They can claim that they're a still hunter, or they only hunt this way, or they from up north and that's not how they do it around here, and up there, and whatever. But to me, they're all damn activists. They don't give a damn about hunting. If they gave a damn about hunting, they would care about us more than anything. You know,
So what you're telling me is that sometimes when we see, or actually probably most times when we see these posts about hunting dogs being dumped, that they've somebody stolen them and dumped them, because that's what
Oh
happened
yeah,
to you, right?
absolutely.
Your dogs were stolen, taken
Those dogs were
to
stolen. Their dogs were stolen and dumped a county over in a neighborhood,
how
all the way
far away did
across
you say
the.
it was?
Oh, this was December the 29th, I want to say.
No, how far was from where the dogs turned up missing to where they were found? 30, 40
Oh,
miles?
they were 20 miles.
20 miles. All removed their own collars. They removed a telemetry collar and a GPS collar, and then went 20
Swam across the
miles.
river. They would have had to remove both collars and swim across the river or across a bridge to get where they were at.
So they had some help getting there,
No, they
and
had
it
a whole
wasn't
lot of help getting there.
the hunters that dumped them there.
Oh heck no! And we hunted. We went. Of course, we went and gathered up the dogs, and the dogs. I mean, they're still with us today. So
Good deal. So what happened today? So they voted on the bill and it passed, but with some revisions. Is that right?
yeah, well, I can tell you, they sit up there and they heamed and hawed about a bunch of stuff. And I just got off phone with another guy that was up there, and he has the same opinion that I have, that they really don't even know what they're talking about to be voting on this stuff. They it seems like there might be a couple people in the committee there that hunt or whatever, but they just kept going in circles with the same old stuff on it. You can watch the video on it. And, they have the video. You can go actually and pick up and watch it. I'm gonna watch it here in a little bit because I had to read a script the whole time because I wasn't able to get inside. I was trying, but they ran me around the other side before I could get up close enough to actually be able to somewhere to get inside. But
So it would be amazing if they had a organization or two, like, I don't know, the Hunting Dog Alliance or the Bear Hunters Alliance, that could actually sit down with them and discuss this and say, hey, let's get together and let's try and find something that works for everybody. The very definition of compromise is, at the end of compromise, nobody's happy.
right, that's it. Nobody's happy. You win some, you lose some. We all understand that. We've all been through that. That's life. But
But just because this passed the first reading in committee doesn't mean anything. It just means they're going to keep talking about it.
that's
It's not
it.
law. It's not
I mean,
law.
and I think a lot of guys tonight thought that it passed as law tonight, and I had to kind of explain that, especially a couple of guys that were there. They've been putting a lot of time, I know, into this. You can feel the tension in the room, but I kind of and had to diffuse myself a little bit on it too, because I ain't gonna deny it. I was kind of pissed at the outcome too, but we all know how this is going to revolve. It's politics at this point.
Right. Interesting thing, though, a quick civics lesson. It's got to make it all the way through committee. Then it goes to the full House. If it passes the House, then it goes to the Senate. If it passes the Senate, then it goes to the governor, and the governor has to sign it. We're a long way from the governor signing it at this point. So there's no reason for anybody to be upset. They took a lot of stuff out of the bill. Is that right?
That's correct. They did take quite a bit of stuff out tonight. They took out that if you're hunting on public land, that you don't have to have the permit that they're requiring if you're hunting on public land. So that's a win for us public land hunting guys, and we're grateful of that. But I'm still, and as far as I'm concerned, I still hunt with everybody. In public, private, doesn't matter. Like I hunt with clubs. I get invites all the time. Um, you know, I, I stand behind those guys thoroughly. So
So when we were talking earlier, you mentioned that you thought this was just a tax.
Yes, sir. It's just another tax on us, basically. It's another fee. It's what it seems like it's just going to boil down to. It's another tax. My brother was a dog hunting guy for that. That's where I came into dog hunting. My brother had 40 something dogs. That's how I became into dog hunting. And then anytime something comes like this, he's like he explained it the best that he ever could to me. They're just adding another tax to us. They want more money, you know, and they're trying to figure out the best solution. And it seemed like tonight the committee was trying to leave that solution up to DWR to try to figure out how to sort that out. Is what that was one of the key things that I keyed in on tonight. So it seems like it's going to boil down to it's just going to be another daggone tax on us. I got so many questions about that. The fact that all right now, how are they just going to tax basically the guys that hunt private land? And I just don't understand that. Like, are they just and so if you own property here, you don't have to have a hunting license to hunt your property. All right.
Right.
If my daughter wanted to hunt my property, she doesn't have to have a hunting license to hunt her property. Okay. But now you're gonna have to have, if we dog hunt it, you're gonna have to have
a permit. I got questions about that, and I don't expect you to be able to answer them right now, but you don't have to have a permit on public land, but you do on private land. Now we all know who Jim Bob is, right?
Yeah.
Jim Bob's my made up person that always causes trouble. Jim Bob's got him a 1/4 acre next to public land. The dogs get all excited and run onto Jim Bob's 1/4 acre. Now, do you need a permit? Are you in violation? Are you now getting to take a ride in a police car? I mean, those are honest questions, right?
Right. Those are honest questions, and that's why we say that this isn't made into law yet, and there's a lot of things that I think that they realize that they got to work out because they don't even know what the heck they're doing with it. They can't even interpret a majority of them seem like they couldn't even interpret the language on it. So
well, if the committee that's discussing it cannot interpret what it says, how in the world are we supposed to?
Well, that's just it. And here's another thing. They really, I can't get it. All right. So these activists, so like the dog pounds and the SPCAs and all them here that are in favor of this bill. Okay, you're in favor of this bill, right? Well, when Jim Bob on the dog hunting side, these bad actors you talk about get this $1,200 or $2,500 trespassing ticket, and he's got 20 dogs, and he decides, heck with this, I ain't doing this no more. I don't want these dogs no more. He comes and drops them off at your shelter. You're already complaining that your shelter's filled up. So what you gonna think's gonna happen when you add all this money or the guys can't this is the money that's put toward their feed. This is the money that's put toward their vets, and we're gonna trespass you for your dog. This is insane. It makes no sense. It makes no sense that these people who are these activists I don't know where they getting their information that this isn't going. That this is going to help their cause of dogs not being turned into shelters. To me, it's going to flood them.
Yeah, I think you're right. And today, one of the guys sent in some information and said that it's over $600 million that hunting with hounds contributes to the Virginia economy. Over 600 million. It was about 650 million, I think.
Yeah,
I honestly think he might be on the low side. one of the other guys said that they pay $17.25 or something like that per acre to lease land.
Yep.
And I did the quick math on that. They're $175,000 to lease their club. That's their yearly land payment.
Right.
It's pretty strong. Now, they got a bunch of land they can hunt, but that's a lot of money.
Oh, it's a lot of money. But here's the thing with that. When people in the government know you got a lot of money in organizations and hunting clubs and everything else, what do they want?
They want your money.
They want some of that money. There ain't no doubt about it. And
well, look, go ahead.
But my biggest thing is that the activists that are on this side of this, I'm not siding with them, not one bit. But I don't understand it. I don't understand where they think they're gonna come out ahead in this. They're not.
So the anti-hunting group spoke in favor of the bill. And when I say that, I mean the animal rights activists. And then you're telling me that some hunters got up and agreed with the animal rights activists?
Oh yeah, they were it was the SPCAs. It was the dog shelters. They all got up and agreed to this bill. And that's what blows my mind. And other hunters but it wasn't tonight. Like I said, a lot of us, even on that side, didn't get to oppose. There was a couple people on video that got to oppose, and then they did the whole couple people on video, and then there was a couple people and on the opposing side, and then in the favor side, and then they all voted together on the bill. There was a pile of us there tonight. It wasn't nothing like last week.
Did everyone on the committee vote for it, or was there anybody that opposed it?
Oh, there was a couple that voted against it tonight. I think it was 6. I know it was 6 yays on it, so I can't remember how many.
We'll look that up. Well, I don't want to keep you all night, and I don't want this video to be too long. So it passed the first reading. It's not law, and they still got a lot of discussion to do.
That's correct.
All right, man. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stay on it.